going on, guys? It's the Awesomerest one here, back with another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare gameplay. It's the brand new game, and I'm just going to take a few minutes, tell you my thoughts on it, tell you my concerns, and let's kind of see if you disagree or if you agree, or just whatever you think about it. Just feel free to let me know. I've got a search and destroy gameplay going on in the background. It was originally supposed to be one of my typical videos where it's just the chat between me and my buddies throughout the game. But unfortunately, I did not have my sound hooked up correctly, and you can only hear my half of the conversation, which makes for a really awkward video because you have no idea who I'm responding to or what's going on in that regard. So I decided to do this commentary, and I just felt like maybe I should talk about what I think about the new Call of Duty. It's been just a couple of weeks now. It's November 17th right now, so we haven't had the game very long. And sometimes it can be easy to jump in really early and start talking about how much you hate it or how much you love it, because as you continue to play it, those feelings kind of change, especially because we're expected to play this game for a full year. A few months in, you might just fully run out of steam. You might feel like you've accomplished all that you can accomplish in the game. You tried out all the guns. You've got enough salvage parts to build every prototype weapon you could possibly imagine, and you're bored with it. So we'll just see how that goes. But when I first jumped in my first game on Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered are both on my channel with my chat link cable hooked up, so you can actually hear my response and kind of how I'm feeling about it at the time. But when I first jumped on, I thought, hey, this is a lot of fun. I thought people die really fast, which I felt like was good for me because I was shooting people and they were dropping. So it always feels good to feel like that your shot is good enough that you can kill people really fast. Granted, a lot of it's just because of how the game works and not just how good my shot is, but I like that. A little more realistic. I think we can all agree one of the worst things in Call of Duty is when you shoot someone up and they just won't die, or they turn on you and kill you, and that's super annoying. So that's taken out of the game, you would think, but it's not. I mean, there are still those instances where that happens. So in a lot of ways, it's just your typical Call of Duty. I think it plays a lot like Black Ops 3. I know some people might disagree with that. I never played Advanced Warfare. It's the only Call of Duty, I think, in the entire series that I never once touched. But just from what I see, I feel like the movement is a lot better on this game. I think it looks a lot like Advanced Warfare as compared to Black Ops 3, but I think just from the way it looks when I've watched gameplay, I think this plays more like Black Ops 3. Now, if I had to rank my favorite Call of Duties of all time, Call of Duty 4 would no doubt be my number one, and then I think honestly Black Ops 3 would be my number two, solely because I really did like the game, but I got a solid year of playtime out of it with all of my friends. I played it almost more than or as much as every other COD that I've ever liked a lot. 3 would be Modern Warfare 2, and 4 would be Black Ops 2. Modern Warfare 2, that would have been my number two until this full year of Black Ops 3. I really enjoyed it, even though they're super different. So with that being said, I'm trying to figure out where Infinite Warfare will place in that list, and I think it's mid to low. The good thing is I have all my buddies. We're still playing it a ton. We play it a whole lot. I'm having a blast, even when I do get annoyed. But despite all that fun, a lot of that fun comes from having friends and having some free time during the school year to play it. But it's just kind of lacking in ways. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy it again, but there are things I definitely think they could have improved on. I feel like the game was rushed. They had 3 years to make this game. I mean, this was in development when Advanced Warfare was out 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago, I guess. And, I mean, they were working on it then. And then the game comes out and it doesn't have leaderboards. They're still adding, like, COD points a couple weeks in and fixing glitches. They took Search and Destroy down for a few hours the other night. I know there's a lot of things that you can't predict, but it does feel like that they didn't put the effort into it that they quite could have. But now, in defense of that, on the other side, I think it's something that not a lot of people think about, is these games come out in kind of sets of 3. There are 3 different companies that make all 3 versions of Call of Duty, but they all kind of coordinate together. I mean, you see guns cross over between games, you see maps, you see I mean, jetpacking, for example, was in all 3 games made by 3 different companies. And I think people forget to realize that basically they all got together years ago and said, okay, Advanced Warfare, we're going to make this game. It's going to be a jetpack game. It's going to be cool. All right, now Black Ops 3 is going to come out, and it's going to be another jetpack wall running game. And then Infinite Warfare will come out, and it'll be another jetpack game. So this is our jetpack game cycle. Now, we might have another jetpack game next November, but I think it's possible that we go back to a boots on the ground game, and we say boots on the ground for 3 years. A lot of people are annoyed that Infinite Warfare was the 3rd straight jetpack game in a row, but I mean, what were they supposed to do? Like, change their plans? I mean, this has been dead set for a long time. They couldn't have possibly known the reactions. And I personally really, really enjoy jetpacking around. My problem, I think, my main problem is I don't like the jetpacking around with these super small, like, paintball size maps. I think that if you made these maps as big as on Call of Duty 4 Remastered, or the original Call of Duty 4, and you would jetpack around, I think it'd be a lot of fun because it would play slow with those quick movements and that, quick jumping up and down with buildings kind of combined. This right here, you're just flying around all the time, you're dying super fast, and if you're not decent at Call of Duty, if you're picking up this game for the first time, I just feel like it would be really annoying. Or if maybe you're getting back on Call of Duty after just playing boots on the ground for a while, all of a sudden you're flying around, and I know people that's happened to, so maybe that's just one reason, but that's just my thoughts on the game. Take it or leave it. I really, really love it. I'm going to continue making videos. I'm going to continue to play with all my buddies for the next year. It has some flaws, but I really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Keep an eye out for future videos. I've got some more on the way, and y'all keep it classy. I'll see you later.